Welcome to Links 007 TV News Report, providing you with the best in local and international news updates. This is a place where you can get the most reliable and informative news information. Links 007 TV News Report. Welcome again and thanks for joining us. This is Links 007 TV News Report. The Duke and the Duchess of Sussex, Prince William and his wife Kate, arrived in Jamaica at 2:18 Wednesday afternoon for their official visit on the behalf of the Queen on the occasion of the Platinum Jubilee. The couple arrived on the United Kingdom Royal Air Force flight with the pilot flying Jamaica and the England flag from the cockpit window. Prince William and Kate were greeted by Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Kamina Johnson-Simmet, and Chief Justice of Jamaica Defence Force, Antoinette Gorman. The Duchess in a yellow dress was escorted away as William inspected the JDF formation. The couple's visit coincided with the year Jamaica is set to mark 60 years since its gained independence from Britain, although the Queen remains a head of state with the Governor-General as her representative. During their stay, Prince William and Kate are expected to visit several sites across the corporate area. They are also expected to make stop at the office of the Prime Minister and King's House. Continuing the news. The Netherlands Public Prosecution Service confirmed on Tuesday that reggae recording artist Jacqueur, who real name is Signature Alclock, has been sentenced to 6 years in prison with credit for time served for the attempted manslaughter in relation to an alleged stabbing incident last year. On October 1st, 2021, he was arrested in Amsterdam in the Netherlands after having stabbed a music promoter in his stomach and has been detained in a penitentiary in that country ever since. The verdict came after a court heard submission of witness statement, viewed CCTV footage, and reviewed voice messages allegedly sent by Jacqueur to the victim. On March 8th, Jacqueur appeared before the judge to answer to charges of attempted manslaughter, aggravated assault, or attempted aggravated assault. The sentence is less than what was originally requested by the prosecution. The prosecutor had asked the court to convict the 43-year-old recording reggae singer for attempted murder and that the suspect should be put away for 8 years with credit for time served, noted an official statement coming out of the Netherlands on March 8th. Jacqueur claimed that his actions were in self-defense and he had picked up a knife before the meeting with the victim, not intended to stab the victim but to protect himself as he was wearing an expensive watch. This motion was rejected by the court. The next step is that Jacqueur's lawyer to appeal the court sentence within 2 weeks if Jacqueur disagrees with the court ruling. Evidence presented against Jacqueur included witness statement and voice note messages that was sent to the promoter. In the closing statement, the prosecutor demanded that Jacqueur be sentenced to no less than 8 years. This is not the first time that Jacqueur had had run-ins with the law. He was previously convicted for 2 counts of illegal possession of firearm, rape and robbery with aggravation, for which he served 8 years of the 15 years which was received on April 26, 1999. He was released in 2007 and gained popularity from his singles Longing For and Prison Wall, released while he was imprisoned. His album The Cure was nominated for Best Reggae Album at the Grammys the following year. The prosecutor stated that Jacqueur's actions prior to the stabbing showed that it was premeditated and he intended to cause wounding and harm to Blake. The alleged stabbing was preceded by an argument over money owed to the artist by the promoter, totaling €5,000 for a concert he performed at. Links 007 TV will continue to track this story and provide you with the latest information to come on this. Continuing the news. One man was shot and taken out, and another shot and injured, and a woman sexually assaulted during a robbery in Nemhart Town, St. Elizabeth on Sunday, March 20. The deceased has been identified as 20-year-old Jermaine Green, otherwise called Jimbo, a farmer of Nemhart Town. Reports from the Junction Police are that at about 8:15 p.m., Armed men invaded the family's home and demanded cash and cellular phones. A struggle ensued between Green and one of the gunmen, during which he was shot. Another man said to be a relative of Green was also shot and injured during the incident, and the female sexually assaulted. The robbers escaped with the cellular phones and an undetermined sum of cash. The police were summoned and the injured people taken to hospital, where Green succumbed to his injuries on arrival and the others treated and released. The police is appealing to anyone with information that can assist the investigators in locating the perpetrators of this heinous crime to contact the Black River Police Station at 876-965-2056, the police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Continuing the news. A 34-year-old truck driver has succumbed to injuries he sustained in a two-vehicle crash in Hanover on Friday that claimed the life of a U.S. national also. The Corporate Communications Unit, the CCU, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, confirmed that Wayne Johnson of Caymanas Country Club Estate, address in St. Catherine, passed away on Monday morning in hospital. Johnson had been driving an Isuzu motor truck when it collided with a car that was being driven by a U.S. national, which veered out of control on the Round Hill Main Road in Hanover. It was previously reported that the 44-year-old James Martinez of Georgia, USA, passed away from injuries he sustained in the collision. Reports from the Sandy Bay Police are that at about 6 p.m., Martinez was driving a Toyota Crown motor car from Montego Bay, St. James. Upon reaching a section of the Round Hill Main Road, it is said that he lost control of the motor vehicle he was driving, which collided with a Isuzu motor truck that was being driven by Johnson, which was traveling in the opposite direction. The police were alerted and all three occupants of the Toyota Crown motor car were taken to hospital, where Martinez succumbed to his injuries. The two female occupants of his car admitted in serious condition. Johnson, who was also hospitalized, passed away days later. Continuing the news. A total of 105 people have perished in motor vehicle crashes since the first part of the year in Jamaica. This is according to the latest statistic released on Monday by the Road Traffic Unit. At least 8 of those victims that passed away in crashes took place between Friday and Sunday of last week. The Road Safety Unit said that fatalities and fatal crashes have increased by 15% and 8% respectively when compared to the corresponding period last year. The statistic shows that 105 fatalities occurred in 93 fatal crashes, with the parish of St. Catherine accounting for most fatalities with 16% of the overall road fatalities since the start of the year. St. Anne comes next with 12% and is followed by St. Elizabeth and St. Andrew with 11%. Meanwhile, the night curfew that was imposed as part of the Government Disaster Risk Management Act to help curb the spread of the COVID-19 has now been lifted. There are 13 fatal crashes and 14 fatal crashes during the curfew hours up to March 8, according to the Road Safety Unit. It said that fatalities during the curfew hours amount to 13% of the fatal crashes since the start of the year. Meanwhile, the Road Safety Unit said that fatalities for 2022 are projected to decrease by 8% when compared to the corresponding period last year. A further breakdown of the statistics show that pedestrians account for 25% of road fatalities in 2022. Drivers of private motor vehicles account for 25%, passengers of private motor vehicles account for 10%, while motorcyclists account for 27%. The category of road users demand vulnerable pedestrians, pedestrians, motorcyclists, and pillion account for 58% of all fatalities for the year. So far, males make up 81% and females 19% of the road fatalities, according to the Road Safety Unit since January. Continuing the news. A grade 10 student at the William Knibb High School was fatally stabbed by another student during an alleged confrontation at William Knibb Memorial High School in Trelawney on Monday morning. The deceased has so far been identified as 16-year-old Camille Hall. Reports are that at around 11:30 p.m., the two students had an argument that escalated into a fight. A knife was brought into play which was used to inflict stab wounds to Camille. The injured student was rushed to hospital where he succumbed to his injuries while undergoing treatment. The other student involved in the altercation is now in police custody. The Farmer police are investigating. Detectives assigned to the Falmouth Criminal Investigation Branch on Tuesday charged a 16-year-old in connection with Monday's fatal stabbing of Camille Hall, also 16 years old, of the William M. High School in Trelawney. Hall, who was from D-side Trelawney address, was the goalkeeper of the school football team that competed in the recent DaCosta Cup competition. He was fatally stabbed following an altercation with the accused over a ring. The accused was charged after being questioned by detectives in the presence of his attorney. He is scheduled to appear in the Trelawney Children's Court on Friday.
Well, we just heard that the victim, it was alleged that he stole a ring from the perpetrators, the one who killed him, friend. And he decided not to confront the person about the ring, and it seemed as if an altercation ensued, and the student was stabbed. Many of these students are wearing these rings that they seem to value dearly. You know, we have quite a few of them that we have confiscated over time, you know. Quite a few of them that we have confiscated over time. So I don't know what value they have placed on these rings, but we constantly taking away these rings. So just want to let you know what we are up against. We are constantly confiscating these rings, and the more you confiscate them, the more they come. So it seems as if that was the problem. We are really devastated. We consider our school to be a safe environment, and we do not expect such tragedy.
This has been Links 007 TV News Report. Thanks for watching.